happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Big day. I hope you're enjoying it. You're with your family. What we're going to do is give you some Week 12 start and sit advice. We're going to go through all the matchups for you.
Yeah.
Let's break it all down. See you there.
Welcome to the FantasyLand Football Podcast.
Hello. Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving, man.
Happy Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that you're actually listening to this right now with us on Thanksgiving. Me and Badaki, we feel honored that you would just be like, you know what? I need to listen to the FantasyLand Football Podcast today on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you know.
That means a lot. Thanks for joining us. Again, it is Thanksgiving. Okay.
I got beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes.
Yes.
Beans, creams, potatoes,
Yeah.
chicken,
Okay.
Woo!
I'm feeling it. I'm ready. Oh my goodness. I hope y'all ready to eat and then go into that, post Thanksgiving meal coma.
Oh.
And then wake up and watch the second game. Unfortunately, Badaki, there is no third game. There will be no night game, which is strange for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think it could be a different year. Maybe instead of all sitting around the TV watching the game, maybe you can maybe grab another plate. Maybe you can play some games, some card games, some board games with your family. I think that's a good idea. If not, maybe rewatch one of the games.
Yeah, maybe rewatch it, or I actually really enjoy watching classic Thanksgiving games on Thanksgiving as well. So something
absolutely.
to think about. All right, let's get into some news.
What is going on here?
What is going on in the National Football League?
A lot.
Oh my gosh.
A lot today.
It's a lot happening. And look, we've got a full jam-packed episode. So we're going to go through this quick fire. Okay? I'm going to do the first half. Badaki's going to do the second half. It's going to be quick. And try and keep up. Here we go. Okay? Ready? No buys this week. Just want to let you know. Ravens Steelers has been postponed to Sunday. It is unfortunate. The game is at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's get into some players, though. Juju is a full participant in practice yesterday and really today. Will play. Devontae Adams was limited in practice. But, look, we expect him to play. This is how it was last week.
Yeah.
It's probably just managing that injury. Drew Lock and Noah Fant, both full participants. Not sure you want to start Drew Lock, but you might have to start Noah Fant, so that is good to know. Surprising concussion out of nowhere.
Big surprise.
Giovanni Bernard did not participate. Look, we're hoping to get some more information today, some more reports that will come out to find out if he will play or not. But it is not good news to see this midweek at all. Our guess is that he's not going to play.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
someone who will definitely play is Zach Ertz.
Ertz.
Doug Peterson said Zach Ertz will come off IR to play Monday Night Football. If the coach says it, you got to believe it. I want to quickly stop there, Badaki. Is Zach Ertz someone you can start this week?
I think so, depending on the tight end that you have. This is the best matchup for him to come back. He's playing the Seattle Seahawks, who give up a lot of points, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. I think this is a great start this week.
Yeah, he is. We got a couple DMs. He is a top 12 option for us. So keep that in mind. You might not start him over some of these top tier tight ends, of course.
Yeah.
But he is a good guy to throw a chance on, maybe a Hail Mary matchup. Nick Foles did not participate. Today, Junior. Nick Foles did not participate. Mitchell Trubisky was participating in full, which means it looks like Mitch might get the start. It is what it is. All right, 49ers. Guys, there's so much news. The 49ers, a lot of people are coming back. Tevin Coleman is back, apparently, at practice. Deebo Samuel's back at practice. Raheem Mostert's back at practice. Richard Sherman's back at practice. Back. They're all back, okay? And this is good news, except for your fantasy team, because if Tevin Coleman and Mostert and Jeff Wilson are all going to be back this week, Maybe that hurts Mostert's upside. We'll talk about it later in the show.
Yeah.
Guys, I want to remind you the best way to keep up with all things fantasy football is to follow us on all of our social media accounts. And we just want to go through them quickly. Instagram at FantasyLand Football.
Yep.
Twitter at FantasyLand_FB. You can watch the podcast on YouTube, see our beautiful faces. You can listen to the podcast on any podcast platform. And you can follow us on TikTok. Link is in our bios. But Aki, take the rest of this news. We're only halfway through, guys. I know this feels super rushed, but we got a lot to talk about. We're going to take a breath in a second.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of news. But look, obviously, Julio Jones was limited at practice with a hamstring injury, which is really good because I was not expecting him to practice at all.
Yeah.
So if you're a Julio Jones owner, that is some light at the end of the tunnel. Kenny G is officially out for the Thanksgiving game. So look, obviously, you're not starting him, and somebody else is going to take off. Teddy Bridgewater, CMC both practice on Wednesday. I think that's really good if you're a CMC owner, mainly because Teddy Bridgewater is not somebody I like to start. Teddy's likely to play. CMC not expected to play this week. Could be good after the bye.
Good news. I'm going to quickly jump in. If you're a CMC owner, this is what you wanted to see.
Absolutely.
He won't play this week. Most likely won't. But this is what you wanted to see. You didn't want to see this whole week go by and CMC hasn't practiced at all.
Right.
This bodes really well for him to play after the bye.
Yeah, absolutely. Austin Eckler practiced for the first time today since week 4. You know who has him in the IR spot? Your boy, yours truly, Badaki. Wow, what a trade from me. Another guy coming back from practice. He's did non-contact today. Miles Gaskin. He was back today.
Okay.
So that's some
sir.
signs of hope for if you are a Miles Gaskin owner. Obviously, his backup, Savon Ahmed, did not practice today. I mean, if you have him, I'm not starting him personally. But, who knows?
Yeah, it's hard to say who's going to start here, guys.
Yeah,
hard to say.
Absolutely.
Keep to our Twitter for updates this week.
Yeah, in the last Miami Dolphin player, Tua Tagovailoa jammed his left thumb on a helmet on practice yesterday. So keep an eye on that. We'll still think he'll play. And last but not least, David Montgomery had a report, said he is ready to play. He's ready to go on Sunday. So start Monty because his schedule looks beautiful for the playoffs.
Absolutely. Okay, everyone, let's take a deep breath. Here we go. 3, 2.
Okay.
And out.
Football, just a lot of stuff.
All right.
happens.
All the news is gone. All right. Okay. Hey, guys, this episode is brought to you by Thrive Fantasy. Let me ask you, do you love DFS? Do you know what DFS is? DFS is daily fantasy sports. And if you like any sort of fantasy sports, then we got something really great for you.
Yeah.
Thrive Fantasy is a daily fantasy sports app that allows you to pick 10 player props, and each prop will give you points if you guess it correctly. Whoever has the most points on each contest will win major cash. We tried it, and we loved it.
Yeah.
I got 11th place in the tournament that I tried, so I just missed out on the cash. But it was a really fun way to play fantasy, and you can play every day, all different types of sports.
Yeah.
They have a special coming up with Thanksgiving and with the weekend games. So now's a good time to download it. Use the promo code FANTASYLAND when you sign up today, and you will receive an instant deposit match up to $50 with a minimum $20 deposit.
That's crazy.
So what does that mean? You only have to deposit $20, but every time you deposit more than $20, up to $50, Thrive Fantasy will match it. You deposit 20, you get 20. You deposit 30, you get 30.
Ooh.
You deposit 50, you get 50. You get the idea. By the way, guys, when you sign up, don't use a sign up through Google or Apple feature. Please use the sign up through email. That's where you can enter our promo code and get the extra bonus cash back.
Yeah.
So download Thrive Fantasy on the App Store or Play Store, or by visiting their website, thrivefantasy.com. Sign up and hashtag prop up today. Lots of matchups to talk about today. We're going to walk you through them all. Let's get to it.
Excuse me, can I touch you for a minute? Excuse me, can I touch you for a minute?
All right. Week 12. I
Wow.
cannot believe we are in week 12, Badaki.
It's actually crazy. This season has went by so fast, especially in the midst of all this COVID nonsense. And I hope, next year we can go to games together. We can talk about our experience to game, going to games with the podcast, et cetera, et cetera. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, 100%. All right, we've got 8 matchups today. We covered the rest of them on yesterday's podcast.
Yeah.
So if you don't hear about a matchup today, we covered it yesterday. Yesterday was our Thanksgiving football extravaganza. Covered all those Thanksgiving games and more. So, Badaki, start us off with our first matchup we're going to cover today.
Yeah, look, I think this is going to be a really good game despite their record. Chargers 3-7 at the 7-3 Bills. I think this is going to be a high scoring game. Both of these teams do shoot out. Bills coming off of a bye week. Let's talk about the Chargers side of the ball. Obviously, you're starting Justin Herbert. Look, he is on pace to do something amazing as a rookie quarterback this year. Mm-hmm. I mean, after all these stats came out, you're right. He could be, and he is probably solidified rookie of the year.
Yeah. No, he is the rookie of the year, guys. He has been amazing.
Oh my God! Wow!
But who else are we talking about?
Yeah, Keenan Allen, obviously the PPR monster. He's absolutely ridiculous. You have to start him. He is getting crazy targets. I mean, come on.
Yeah, must start.
Hunter Henry, he's doing pretty well. He's found the end zone last week. I think you're starting him. Like, once again, this is going to be a high-scoring game. But for me, I think my players that I'm not excited to start and I really don't want to is Kalen Ballage. Obviously, he's hurt. Mm-hmm. And, obviously with all these injuries in the backfield, I really don't think they're going to use the run game at all. They're probably going to abandon it and they're just going to have a massive shootout. And I don't see it happening. I think they're going to start using the run game when Eckler's back next week, hopefully. And that's going to play a huge factor. This team is going to become a lot better. I'm actually really excited for Eckler to come back. Not because I'm an owner, because he's extremely talented.
I am not excited because you own him. I'm more upset that you have him and got him for nothing. But I am excited that he's coming back because I just love to see great players play.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, if there was one Hail Mary player on this team that I had to choose, it would probably be Mike Williams. He was 4 for 72 and a touchdown against the Jets. Obviously,
Mikey,
it was in New York Jets. But look, once again, I believe this game is going to be a shootout. I think they're going to be going back and forth. They're going to be – Josh Norman is back, apparently off of IR. He's probably going to be on Keenan Allen. Mike Williams could see the ball a lot this game. So keep an eye on that.
As a Washington football fan, when I hear the name Josh Norman, I just chuckle a little bit because that shouldn't scare anyone.
Yeah. I remember.
What a bunch of money for really nothing.
I remember.
That's what we do best in Washington.
I remember when Odell and Josh Norman were going at it, man. And those matchups, they were like legit just fighting, and they were letting them fight. And it was like, all right, let's continue to play,
bro.
It was crazy.
Let's just say the day that Josh Norman wasn't a Washington player anymore, I was not upset.
Wow.
But all loved him.
Yeah.
I just don't think he was worth the money we gave him.
Yeah. All right, Bill's side of the ball. Obviously, you're starting Josh Allen. Obviously, you're starting Stephon Diggs. But I think a good flex play personally for this week probably be Zach Moss. I think he will see touches. He will get a lot more touches than Devin Singletary. And he's also going to see goal line touches. So, obviously, the Chargers don't give up as many points to running backs. And to be fair, Frank Gore scored a touchdown on the Chargers. Okay?
Yeah.
If Frank Gore, the old timer, can do it, surely Zach Moss can find his way into the end zone this week. I think this is, once again, a good flex play, not because I like Zach Moss, but generally because I think they're going to utilize, obviously, all their players. Clearly.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. I think another Hail Mary, if you want, for this game specifically, I would probably say John Brown. Once again, it's going to be a shootout. I know doesn't sound exciting, but that's the whole point of a Hail Mary. We usually do Hail Marys, but we're going to give you Hail Mary for each game. At least I am. John Brown, I think, could have a good game. He could get 10 points. He could find 7 targets. That's what I'm seeing. If you're in a desperation play, John Brown could be a good Hail Mary.
Back in '82, I used to be able to throw a pigskin quarter mile.
All right. Let's talk about the Titans at Colts. Both teams sit at 7-3.
Man.
Having great years. The Colts coming off maybe their best win of the year. against the Packers. I don't think many people expected them to win that game.
Yeah.
Even though their records are really good.
Mm-hmm.
The Titans, come on, guys. You're starting the king. You're starting Derrick Henry, currently leading the league in rushing yards. Not a surprise to anyone.
Right.
A.J. Brown, you are starting, and I think we can say A.J. Brown is matchup proof at this point.
Absolutely.
I think he is someone you're starting regardless of the matchup.
Yes.
I want to say I understand that the Colts game, he did drop like 3 points. So that really sucks, but the opportunities were there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look.
And if he could, that touchdown on Sunday, if he can do that, oh my goodness.
There was a part of me that I wish that I traded Julio Jones for Stephon Diggs, because I think everyone would have been, obviously if you would have heard the couple podcasts with the trade I made with Elijah Burns, he wanted Julio. I wanted Julio and Stephon Diggs together. I wanted to be greedy. I gave him A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown took off. Of course he took off, you know?
Yeah.
But it's Julio Jones as well. Like,
yeah, it is Julio Jones. Freaking, oh my, A.J. Brown, that catch and literally carried the entire team on his back.
Oh my God, he on X Games mode.
He is a great wide receiver, and you have to play him every week.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what matchup there is. He is in that category now. Jonnu Smith. Now, Jonnu's been disappointing, up and down, but I think it's because he's very touchdown dependent.
right.
Currently sits as a tight end 5 on the year, and that doesn't really say too much if you're outside of the top 2.
Mm-hmm.
You could have barely any points and be in the top 5 this year. But if Jonnu scores a touchdown, it's a great day for you. If he doesn't, it's a really bad day for you. And I think you have to start him. I think if you have Jonnu, he's probably got to be in your starting lineup.
Yeah.
But let me throw a scenario out there to you, Badaki, because I think some people might be in a similar position. Let's say you have Jonnu Smith or Hayden Hurst. Who are you starting?
This week?
Yeah.
If Julio doesn't play, Hayden Hurst.
Okay, one more for you. Jonnu Smith or Zach Ertz? Probably easy, right?
Yeah, I think it's Jonnu Smith.
Okay. So
Yeah.
hopefully that helps you guys make some decisions. Obviously, if you've got guys like Darren Waller and Jonnu Smith, you're going to start Darren Waller, but it is frustrating. And Corey Davis, I think Corey Davis is a decent flex play, but it's not someone I want to bank a win on. So what does that mean? It's, if I have other options I can rely on, I'm going to be going with him. I don't think Davis is a guy that you can constantly rely on. And another reason is because of this matchup, Tannehill, sorry. Forgot the Tana.
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill has been playing really well this year.
Right. Yeah.
But when it comes to fantasy, he hasn't necessarily been blowing us away as of late. And the Indianapolis Colts give up the 3rd fewest points to quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I don't love starting Davis or Tannehill in this matchup.
Yeah, you're right. I think this game is going to be a lot better for all fantasy relevant players on the Texans side of the ball compared to the first game and the first matchup that they had.
Well, the Texans aren't playing in this one.
Sorry, the Titans. You know what I mean.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's just I think
I get what you're saying though.
It's going to be interesting.
No,
AJ Brown is going
to
have more than 3 points guaranteed.
Put it on the board. I promise you right now. Lock it in. AJ Brown over 3 points. Bold take this week. No, guys, you got to start AJ, of course. All right, let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts. I'm surprised at their record. I think and I don't want to be disrespectful, other than their defense, this isn't an amazing team. And I think there's some talent on the offense, and we're going to talk about it. But this is a surprise for me so far for them to be 7-3.
It is a surprise. I think it's a surprise because everyone that they are targeting are all new in a sense. Are all very young. Receivers are very young. Besides T.Y. has been very irrelevant. Marlon Mack was hurt. Jordan Wilkins, year 3. Naeem Hines, year 2, year 3 as well. It's still very young, this team. And Jonathan Taylor.
Phillip Rivers, year 21?
21?
No, jokes, but
18, I think, or 19.
all jokes aside, obviously he's led this team well.
Yeah.
And you're right. There's a lot of youth here. But I was really struggling to tell you a must start on this team.
Yeah.
Really struggling because, man, I wish this running back room was super clear, super easy to decide.
Right.
But Nyheim Hines, for example, guys, what do we hear right before the games on Sunday? We heard Nyheim Hines is going to get the work today.
All the talk.
And then Nyheim Hines finishes with 9 touches.
But more than anything, I want better execution. Are we clear on that? I want better execution.
That's a message to Frank Reich. I mean, you said that he was going to get the work, and then you got 9 touches. It's just not good enough for a fantasy owner, is it?
Yeah, Frank, email us at fantasylandfootball@gmail.com. We just want to know what happened. Please.
Yeah. Just want to know, was it purely just to deceive the other team?
Yeah. I would love to know.
Because maybe you should have said that earlier. All right, Jonathan Taylor obviously had a great game last week, guys. 26 total touches, played really well. And honestly, his day would have looked so much better if this Colts offense didn't have 10,000 offensive holds. Every time Jonathan Taylor broke out for a big run, flag, holding on the offense. It was so frustrating to watch if anyone owned Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
He had a touchdown run that was beautiful.
Yeah.
And it was pulled back. You could see the disappointment in his eyes. But who's it going to be this week? Again, we said this last week. We said last week, well, the guy will probably be Nyheim Hines from what we've seen, but we can't tell you that.
Right.
Again, well, you're going into next week thinking, hey, Jonathan Taylor's probably that guy now. But guys, we don't know who's going to be the guy. And the reason is they go with a hot hand approach.
Yep.
And that is not what you want in fantasy. So I think you can flex Hines. I think you can flex Taylor. But I'm not going to tell you that either of them are going to go off because we don't know. We just don't know.
Yeah, we just don't.
All right, Michael Pittman Jr., though, my goodness, a talented rookie. This is my Hail Mary matchup, my Hail Mary player for this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee is the 4th worst against wide receivers, which means it's a very good matchup for Michael Pittman. He was on the waiver show for 3-4 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And we love this guy. We think he's got a great chance this week to have a really good game. I think it's a lock for him to have over 10 points. That might not seem like much to you, but that is something that you can rely on in a flex position, at least 10 points. I could easily see him having his best day on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. I like Michael Pittman Jr. What's so funny, as you were saying that, this is the first NFL player I was actually introduced to as a person. That's so weird. I watched, obviously, every time we talk about Michael Pittman, I talk about the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. Yeah, I think he can have a really good game as well. I think he could find the end zone. It won't be, a lot of points for him, but we'll see. All right.
Yeah. No one else I want to play. No one else I want to start on that team, by the way. No one else.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, come on. T.Y. washed.
Come on, man.
All right. For me, my beautiful New York Football 3-7 Giants at the 2-7-1 Cincinnati Bengals. Look, I think this is a perfect opportunity for the New York Giants. I think a lot of their players could have the opportunity to have a big game. I'm not excited to start any of them, but I think if there was somebody that I could start and I would start, Evan Ingram, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, and the Giants defense. And Wayne Gallman. Okay? That's pretty much almost everyone besides Danny Dimes. I'm starting at, once again, Wayne Gallman, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, Evan Ingram, and the Giants defense is a really good streaming option this week purely because obviously Joe Burrow is hurt. They're going to have some random guy that I can't remember his name at the current moment coming off the practice squad to lead this Bengals team. I mean, if you have any of these guys, I feel like this is probably the game you can start them with confidence.
I agree. I think for me, out of the list that you've said, the only guys I would really want to start is Wayne Gallman and Evan Ingram. Right. I think Evan Ingram's a great tight end play this week. I think Gallman is a good flex against his Cincinnati defense. He's getting the work. We talked about him on the waiver show. Yeah. I just don't know who I can trust in this receiving core other than Evan Ingram because we don't know where the targets are going to go.
Right.
That's just my hesitation.
Yeah, it's very inconsistent. I think, Sterling is kind of averaging 6 to 7, and Darius Slayton is averaging the same, but it's really contingent on if he actually catches the ball, that deep down pass that can get him, 4 to 5 points in one catch. So that's really it for the Giants side of the ball. I'm going to be watching this game. I'm really excited for them. Mm-hmm. If we win this, we can be at the top of the NFC East.
Concrete jungle. Sorry.
Sing it.
Go ahead.
All right. So on Bengals side of the ball, obviously with Joey B out, it's extremely sad. It's extremely,
It's sad.
Heartbreaking for this young, talented quarterback. Wow. Do you think he could have been the rookie of the year
Yes.
over Justin Herbert? With everything we know,
there was at least a chance.
he would have won just by popular vote, surely.
Potentially. But it is sad.
Imagine if he still wins.
It's a sad day to be a Bengals fan.
Shout out to Sam Green.
Very sad day, and we hope you're feeling okay.
Yeah.
Embrace the feels.
Joey B,
Let it all out.
we're praying for you, brother.
Praying for you, brother.
There's a lot
But
of
it's time to talk about the actual Bengals. Who's here right now?
Look,
Last thing I want to say about Joey B quickly, though. This injury's bad.
it is
Bad
terrible.
injury.
And
And I don't see him recovering for next year.
yeah,
I don't see him ready week 1. I don't see him ready week 3.
I was going to say
I'm not
that.
sure he plays next year. There's a scenario out there. The Bengals don't win any games, and Joe Burrow. Let's say week 8. Let's say week 8, the Bengals are 1-7.
Right.
Joe Burrow is kind of healthy. He's pretty much ready to go. Are you going to throw your I think he's a franchise quarterback. I think he's proved that. Are you going to throw him out there mid-season in the midst of all this
I think you would need to.
trash? No offense, but
I think you would need to.
I'm just saying there could be a narrative out there where he doesn't even play next year.
No,
this
absolutely.
is a real bad injury. ACL, MCL, structural damage. This is going to take at least a year to fully heal.
Yeah.
Think about it. A year from now is going to be week 11
Yeah.
from when that injury happened. Are you going to throw him in there?
I'm not. I can't. As much as I want to, I don't think I can. It's really sad. I was listening to the Fastest 3 Minutes on Monday night with Booger, and he was just like, just sit him down. Sit him.
Bring Booger back.
Honestly, this Monday night, announcers are absolutely terrible. We want Booger. We're starting a petition. It's going to be on fantasyland.com/petition for Booger. Okay?
We don't even have a website yet, but when we do, the first thing that will be on there is bring Booger back.
All right.
And it's not even that Booger's amazing. It's just that the Monday Night Football crew is terrible. We are
absolutely.
all over the place with the Bengals, but
Yeah. Look,
you're not starting anyone, are you?
no, I'm not confident starting anyone. I know a lot of people have Tyler Boyd. I know a lot of people have T. Higgins. These were a top, at least Tyler Boyd was a must start every week. T. Higgins was good flex option. I'm not confident in starting any of these guys anymore. I'm not telling you that you should sit them. I'm telling you that I am not happy starting them. Just purely because Joey B is not there, and we really don't know if this backup quarterback is talented at all.
Much about him at all. No.
Yeah. So this is going to the first time we're going to be seeing him play. So let's keep that in mind.
Yeah, and it's sad because a guy like Tyler Boyd, man, what a great year for him so far.
Yeah,
what a great year for him. And I think he's the safest. I think if you're going to start anyone on this team, it's Tyler Boyd because he's that slot guy. So he's going to be that safety blanket for any quarterback.
Yeah.
And again, with the running back situation, Giovanni might not even play. So it's looks pretty grim. Hey, guys, you can support Badaki and I. You can support the FantasyLand Football Podcast through Patreon. Patreon is basically a website that allows you to support people that you like. Content that we make, if you like it, this is your opportunity to support us. There's 3 different membership tiers that allow you to either support us or to get advice from us or to get one-on-one exclusive, your own personal fantasy analyst. A bunch of different options on that page. We post exclusive content, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Patreon.com/FantasyLandFam. It's really easy to support us.
Yeah.
We'd love all of you guys. This first year has been so good, and we're excited for next year. We're gearing up for next year. So head to the website, patreon.com/FantasyLandFam, and we'd love for you to join the Fantasyland fam. All love. Anything you want to say, Badaki?
No, huge love. Just we really want to emphasize that we are doing this next year. We're excited for next year.
Yes.
Please, I know a lot of people didn't make the playoffs, and maybe the season's over for you. Let's gear up for next year. Let us help you for next year.
Absolutely. And this is a year-long podcast, guys. We are going to be giving you content through the off-season as well.
Yeah.
Obviously won't be every day, but we are still going to give you content. All right, let's talk about the rest of these matchups. The 6-4 Raiders at the 3-7 Falcons.
The autumn wins.
This is going to be a good game. This is going to be closer than people expect it to be.
Mm-hmm.
On the Raiders side of the ball, you must start Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to play a little sound clip from John Gruden.
Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your skull?
That's what you got to be feeling if you're not starting Josh Jacobs or Darren Waller, okay? You are starting both of these guys. Don't let John Gruden talk to you like that. Hey, see what we got here. No. John Gruden, look. You're starting JJ and you're starting Darren Waller, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
That's it. That's
it's
really
not a question. Start him. And I just want to let you know, Darren Waller, this might be his best week other than that week 2 where he got like 33 points. And the reason I say that is Atlanta is the worst in the whole league against tight ends.
Ooh.
The worst.
Ooh.
So, if all goes to plan, this is a big week for Darren Waller. I don't know if you guys know this, but Darren Waller, when he came into the league with the Ravens, he was actually a wide receiver. He's a converted wide receiver that's now a tight end, and he's so athletic. He's got to be in your starting lineup. You guys know that.
Yeah.
But Derek Carr could be a really great flex this week. Again, Atlanta is the worst against quarterbacks. So that means this is Derek Carr's best chance to have a good fantasy output.
Yeah.
The whole year. This is his best chance. So I think if you need a flex, if you need, not a flex. I don't know why I'm saying flex. If you need a quarterback start, let's say you're streaming quarterbacks. Stream is the word I'm trying to use. Help me. And I think Derek is a good stream this week. I think he is someone that you could start with a relative confidence.
Yeah, I like Derek Carr. I think this is a great matchup. I think he is going to be somebody great. I think year 2 with John Gruden, he has shown he can be a franchise quarterback, that he is this franchise quarterback that they drafted him to be. Derek Carr. I mean, year 3 with John Gruden next year. I'm excited to see them they're going for a playoff push right now. I'm excited to see them start strong next year as well.
But more than anything, I want better execution. Are we clear on that? I want better execution.
Come on, Derek.
Bro.
Come on. Let's get it together.
Have you seen the Hard Knocks? He was just like,
oh, yeah.
I'm not into dreams.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah, I'm into nightmares. I'm into nightmares.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I would love to have John Gruden as a coach. Last Raider we should talk about is Nelson Aguilar. He was on the waiver show.
Yeah.
And I think this is my Hail Mary player for this matchup.
Yes.
The reality is if Nelson scores a touchdown, he is a wide receiver too. If he doesn't, then he's not even in the top 50, okay? So that's pretty much a definition of a Hail Mary, but I like him this week, especially against the Falcons. I am comfortable flexing him if I need a good flex. Let's talk about the Falcons, and obviously talking about how bad they are on defense, but there are some people that you want to start on the Atlanta Falcons. You're starting Julio Jones if he plays. You're starting Calvin Ridley. And for the sake of Julio and Calvin, I hope that Julio's playing because, like we've said all year, both of these wide receivers are better when they are both playing. They're better for your fantasy.
Yeah.
And we saw that last week because Calvin, I think, would have had a better game if more of the coverage was on Julio.
Yeah.
Todd Gurley.
Man.
Okay, this is a good matchup for Todd Gurley.
Julio. Sorry, I'm just thinking about Julio. Had such a good start. First catch, 15 plus yard, already got me 2.5 points.
Yep.
Next minute, oh, my hamstring's tight. Man up, dog.
Nah,
I love you, Julio. I love you.
I feel like Julio's got all the respect in the world for us, hey?
Yeah, honestly.
Okay, hey, Todd Gurley, guys. You can start Todd Gurley this week. Las Vegas is the third worst defense against running backs. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for him to score a touchdown. And if he scores a touchdown, it's a good week for him because he's not all that efficient normally.
Right.
But Hayden Hurst is a guy I would love to talk about with you.
Okay.
Look, last week, Hayden Hurst was supposed to be great. And he dropped the goose egg special. Considering the tight end position, is Hayden Hurst a must start?
Man, it's hard to say. I think he is a must start in certain situations. I think no. You know what? He is a must start. He is a must start, but he's not somebody that I'm excited to start. He is somebody that I am looking for a better option. If I have Hayden Hurst and Zach Ertz is on my IR spot, I'm putting in Zach Ertz over Hayden Hurst a lot of the time.
Wow.
And I know that's hard to say, obviously, with the production Zach Ertz has been putting up this year. But if Zach Ertz wasn't injured, he would still be somewhat producing points that we would be surprised about. Okay? And I think we're going to see in these next coming weeks what he would have done if he wasn't hurt.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
We'll see.
I think that if Julio doesn't play, then you got to start Hayden over a guy like Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Just in that scenario specifically.
Yeah, I get you. Russell Gage, look, guys, really not someone you're going to start. I know he had a team high 12 targets last week. If Julio plays, you're not starting Russell Gage. You just can't, not with any confidence. However, if Julio doesn't play, I still don't think you can start him.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to advise anyone to start Russell Gage this week.
No way. I agree with you. Don't do it. Next matchup here, 8-2 Saints at the 4-6 Denver Broncos. Altitude, once again, in this game, it's going to play a factor for the Saints, but obviously you must start to Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas, he had an amazing game last week. This is the numbers that we expected him to put up. MT's back.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. I was worried.
Yeah, I think we were all worried. I was worried. I'm over here picking Julio over MT, and I still believe it. But just mental block, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Look, I think the big question here for this game is Taysom Hill. Okay.
Yes.
We have so many DMs coming in. We have so many questions about Taysom Hill. Do I start him? Is he a good start this week? You know, I think that also plays in a factor of him taking off the tight end spot in ESPN leagues. I think that's going to play a big factor for the type of points he's actually going to be putting up. You know, I just don't see him putting up the same. I think he put 23, 24 points, something like that in PPR.
The
last
rushing
week.
touchdowns really helped him out a lot.
Yeah, I think he's not going to have a game like that just purely because his position is only going to be if you started him at quarterback, did he get the same points? Clearly.
Yeah. Got the same points as a quarterback than he did as a tight end.
It's so weird.
Because you got to think about it. If there's a trick play that happens in a game, and let's say Tyreek Hill throws the ball to Patrick Mahomes in the end zone, Tyreek Hill gets points as for passing and for a passing touchdown, depending on how your league works.
Right. Okay. Look, we're not excited. I'm not excited to tell you to start Taysom Hill. I'm not somebody that's going to advocate for that. I think I would rather start Derek Carr over Taysom Hill in this week, personally. I think there's a lot of other scenarios that people were saying Big Ben or Taysom Hill. People were saying Matthew Stafford or Taysom Hill. Like, these are a lot of questions that a lot of people have because all these quarterbacks are available in a lot of leagues. I would personally choose all those quarterbacks over Taysom Hill. I'm just not excited for him. I don't see it. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I think,
part of it for me is we've seen it now.
Yeah.
And last week, no one had seen really what this offense was going to look like with Taysom Hill at quarterback. And in all honesty, this is a pretty easy scheme to set up to stop a guy like this. I mean, no offense, because I don't want to bring any offense to anyone who loves Taysom Hill, but what happened with Tim Tebow? You know, like super explosive, strong guy, could run, could pass decently. But as soon as people saw how the game plan went, it was pretty easy to stop him.
Right.
That's why he wasn't in the league very long as a quarterback. I don't know. I'm not excited because I think people have seen it now. And I don't want to underestimate Sean Payton because I think he will still be relevant. I just don't see Taysom scoring over, let's say, 18 points.
Yeah, I agree with that. And once again, take that as you will. We're not excited starting him in that position.
It's the upside. It's the upside, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I think Derek Carr's got more upside. He can chuck the ball all over the place.
Yeah.
Right? It's all about the upside.
Absolutely. Broncos side of the ball, look, there's not really much people that we can really talk about. I think we spoke about Noah Fant in the injury report, and he had a full participation. And my main thought about Noah Fant starting him, well, yes, he is a must start, but can he stay healthy? I think he's hurt a lot of people in a lot of leagues because he will go in, he will start, then he would miss a quarter and then come back in, you know, and then he will go on and off of plays. It's very inconsistent. It's very inconsistent in his gameplay, like him playing, but consistent in somewhat in the points that he's producing in a way. It's a weird area for Noah Fant right now, especially for me. I'm not excited having Noah Fant.
I get it.
Let me ask you a question. Noah Fant or Hayden Hurst?
I think I'm going to go Hayden every time just because the offense is much better in Atlanta.
Okay.
And I think opportunities will probably be there more than they will be for Noah Fant. And again, it is the injury thing. I do trust Hayden Hurst more than Noah Fant. As crazy as that is to say, I do trust him more.
Yeah.
But it's not pretty either way you look at it. The tight end position is shocking this year.
Yeah, absolutely. My other guy here is Jerry Jeudy, very inconsistent. He's been going, on and off. He found the end zone. He scored 6 points last week. He scored 15 points the week before, and then he goes once again very inconsistent. I'm not confident starting Jerry Jeudy, so don't start him if you don't need to.
Yeah.
Last guy is Melvin Gordon. He saw the end zone twice last week. He scored twice, obviously. I think there is another opportunity for him to score again here in this game. I don't think that he's going to have somebody he's not going to have an amazing game like that, but it's not going to be the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, when you look at New Orleans, they are the best defending the running back right now.
Yeah. So
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it could be where they just get to the goal line and then Melvin can punch it in some sort of way. But I'm not confident in starting Melvin.
I get it.
He had a good game last week, but I don't expect him to have a good game this week.
I agree. All right, the 4-6 49ers at the 7-3 Rams. Going to be a good game. I think this game's going to be closer. The 49ers are getting a lot of key pieces back. Raheem Mostert might be back. We don't know if he plays or not. Hopefully some reports will come out today to let us know if he will or not.
Yeah.
If he plays, it's simple. You're going to play him. Honestly, if he plays, you play him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's most of the people I want to talk about on the 49ers. I will quickly talk about Brandon Ayuk.
Okay.
I think Brandon Ayuk is so talented.
Yeah.
So talented.
Very.
This Rams defense is in the top 3 in the league against wide receivers in fantasy.
Wow.
So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant starting him. And he's also on the COVID list. I don't know that he gets off of it before the game.
Yeah.
But Deebo Samuel's also coming back. So I want to ask you, should people consider flexing Deebo Samuel coming back from this injury?
Not this week specifically. I think he would be better to start next week purely because of the matchup. If Deebo's playing, that means Jalen Ramsey's on him, and I don't like that. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't think Deebo is a talented enough receiver to get away from Jalen Ramsey.
All respect to Debo, but he's not that guy, right? He's not that guy who can beat a matchup like that. I mean, it'd be funny if he puts up 20 points and we're just laughing at ourselves. But let's talk about the Rams. Cooper Kupp, Roberto Woods.
Come on. Roberto Woods.
Roberto Woods.
Bro, I really hope they continue this.
Oh, yeah.
What beauty that they did on Monday Night Football into the rest of the season, because I have Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods in both of my leagues. They could take me to the top, boys.
Yeah, they could take you to the top, or you could find yourself all the way at the bottom. It's honestly been frustrating this year to own these guys. We talked about it on our recap of Week 11, but
yeah.
This week is what you expected them to be all year. This is the guys that you drafted, and it just hasn't been that way. All that being said, you must start Cooper Kupp. You must start Robert Woods. They are PPR monsters. As long as Jared Goff feeds them the ball, you're starting them.
Right.
But that's pretty much it for this team. I'm not wanting to start anyone else. Now, we've said it all year, and we'll say it again. I don't want to start any running back for the Rams.
No,
none.
Not at all.
It's a Russian roulette situation, and you don't know who's going to be the guy. I mean, Darrell Henderson was supposedly going to have a great game last week.
Yeah.
We told you we didn't believe that was necessarily the case. We said you're going to have to pump the brakes. We don't know what's going to happen. And sure enough, Darrell Henderson had a shocking game. Was not what you wanted from him.
No.
And I just don't think you can trust anyone in this backfield.
No, absolutely not. I'm not excited to start any of these guys. Man, it's so frustrating. We'll see what happens. I think if these guys start to, get traded in the offseason and they only stuck with 2, then I think it could be a good opportunity for next year. But this year, wow.
That's pitiful. I mean, it's absolutely pitiful to perform like that.
All right, let's talk about the next matchup. Uh-oh.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
This is a big one.
You know what the horn means, Badaki.
Yeah. Look, our upset of the week here, and this is absolutely crazy that I am leading this. I am telling you why I'm doing this. I know Zach doesn't like this one personally, but I kind of talked him into it. Chiefs at Bucks.
Oh, no.
I'm choosing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Chiefs.
Let's do it then. Let's do it. Let's roll with it.
Look. Let me kind of break this down, okay?
Look.
We know
that just sounded like the beginning of a Drake rap. Look. Sorry, go ahead.
Look, we know who Tom is, okay? We've seen this before. When Tom comes off a terrible loss, and it wasn't even that bad of a loss. When Tom comes off a loss, period.
He's angry.
He is frustrated. And this coming off a loss to the Rams, okay? One, a decent team, going to play the Chiefs, a better team, okay? Tom is going to do everything that he possibly can to be this upset of the week. And I believe in Tom. As much as I don't, not that I don't like him, but I mean, New York Football Giants beat him twice. I mean, come on. But like...
Somehow we're talking about the Giants.
Yeah, look, I think that the Bucks have a good chance to win this game purely because Tom's frustrated. The talent on both sides of the ball, the defense is amazing. I personally believe, and their receivers. Come on, you're crazy.
Yeah, look, here's the deal with this take. We think Tom just activates GOAT mode. That's the reality, right? Tom's like, all right, let me flip the switch. GOAT mode's on. And not to say by any means that it's going to be a blowout, because I think it's going to be a close game. But we think there is a chance the Bucks win this game. To be clear, guys, every time we do an upset, we have to say this because people get upset.
Yeah.
But when you choose an upset, that means that the other team should win. Crazy to say, right? But people always get upset and say, you're crazy. Like, this isn't going to happen. Exactly. That's why it is an upset. The Chiefs should win this game, guys. It's at home for the Bucks. The Bucks have a great defense. Tom's going to be upset, and we feel like there's a chance. So this is our upset of the week.
That's right. Look, it's really simple on both sides of the ball here. You start everyone on both sides of the ball, okay? You start Patrick Mahomes. You start Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You start Travis Kelce. You start Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
You start Tom Brady, Ronald Jones, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown. As much as you don't want to, you have to. Look, these are the guys. Every single person on both sides of this team, you have to start. You start them with confidence because these are freaking
stars.
Absolutely. I mean, there's not really much I can say. There's no way
let's make it way easier then. Who are you not starting? You're not starting Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, you're not starting
Sammy Watkins, McCole Hardman.
Leonard Fournette.
You're not starting Scotty Miller, Leonard Fournette. So I guess the question is then, are you starting Ronald Jones?
Yes, you have to start Ronald Jones. Absolutely.
Well, we've pretty much just covered that matchup then.
That's literally everyone. Start the defense. No, I'm not. Don't start the defense. Start Ryan Suckup. Okay. Start Harrison Butker. Bro, if you
start Andy Reid. Mustache of the week.
Mustache of the week. Yeah, look, this is a crazy matchup. I'm excited for this one. I'm definitely going to be watching this game.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a fun one.
Hello, you play to win the game.
All right, our last matchup. We've made it. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. So many matchups to cover because there's no buys this week.
No.
Last matchup. The Bears at 5-5, and they're facing the 7-3 Packers. This is Sunday Night Football, divisional game. It's going to be a good one. I always love these divisional games.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the Bears.
The Bears.
Hasn't been great for fantasy. The only guy that I can tell you that's going to be great every year, as long as he's in elite form, is Allen Robinson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Allen Robinson is an elite talent.
Yes.
And, man, if he had a good quarterback, this dude could be a top five wide receiver in fantasy. I think he's currently a top 10. He's leading the league in targets. Look, A-Rob is the promised targets in this offense.
Yeah.
If the Bears want a chance to win at all, then A-Rob needs to have a good night.
Absolutely.
Now, another guy that needs to have a good night is David Montgomery.
Monty.
He's back from the concussion. And here's the good news if you own David Montgomery. This should be a good matchup. Okay? Green Bay is the second worst against running backs, which means the opportunity will be there for David Montgomery. The people I think you have to start, Monty and A-Rob. That's it.
That's good.
That's really all we should talk about. I don't think you can start Jimmy Graham with confidence, especially with the change at quarterback. Do you think you can start Jimmy?
No, it's hard to say. It's crazy, his position. I think he's still top 15 tight end of the year. You can't start Jimmy. I think he's touchdown dependent right now for him to produce anything at all. I'm not excited to start him. He's a desperation play at best.
I agree. All right, well, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers. Cheeseheads. Aaron Rodgers, start him. Devontae Adams, our giveaway. Make sure that you head to our Instagram at FantasyLand Football for a chance to win a signed Devontae Adams jersey. You start him.
Come on.
Aaron Jones, you start him. But, man, let's talk about Aaron Jones for a second because I am frustrated. I'm frustrated, and I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
It seems like they really don't want to give him a full workload. He gets enough touches. He gets anywhere from 15 to 20 touches.
Okay.
But I have a theory behind this split workload for Aaron Jones. Would you like to hear it?
I'm listening.
Here's my theory. The Packers are a great team, whether or not they have a good running back. Okay? I think any above average running back could succeed in that backfield. But the issue is Aaron Jones is a talent. He is a talented guy.
Right.
So here's where the Packers are sitting.
Okay.
They're thinking, this guy's really talented, but for our team, we don't really need him. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to limit his touches and pretty much make it a 60-40 split with Jamal Williams. That way his numbers aren't amazing. So when it comes to contract time, we don't have to pay him like a top running back in the league. I know it's a theory, but I actually feel like this is pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's a big
Tell
theory.
me why. Tell me why on the finishing drive in the whole game last week against the Colts, plenty of time, and you have Jamal Williams in the backfield instead of Aaron Jones. The entire drive in the fourth quarter, the game-winning drive. You didn't give Aaron Jones one chance to be great.
No, and I personally believe that that's their gameplay. They've always been this team that has always put Jamal Williams on third downs. I think they believe that he's stronger. He's more physical. He is a faster running back in a sense.
Not faster.
I think that's what they believe.
Right.
I'm not saying that I believe that. I think that I think they think Jamal Williams could be this guy, and they're utilizing him. It's kind of like they want this to become a 1-2 punch type of team. So they have.
I get it. I don't know. I would get it if Aaron Jones wasn't good at catching the ball. But Aaron Jones is really good at catching the ball. He's a great pass-catching back. And my thought process is, in their heads, because this is obviously GMs make certain calls that they tell coaches, this is how it's going to be.
Right.
Could you imagine Aaron Jones' numbers if he had Dalvin Cook's workload? Could you imagine?
I think, you can say that with everyone.
But this guy's got the talent. That's what I'm trying to say. Free Aaron Jones. People have said this in fantasy so many times, but Aaron Jones, throw me under the bus if you want. Aaron Jones could be competing with Kamara and Dalvin Cook for the top spot if he got all that work.
Potentially. He just has competition. I think Jamal Williams is good enough to not utilize, if that makes sense.
Good enough to utilize?
Yeah, like he's
you would want to utilize him.
Exactly. That's what I'm to say. Right. Like if I have Jamal Williams and Aaron Jones, man, Jamal Williams is really good, but we're just not using him. That's probably the conversation they had when Matt LaFleur came in. Just like, bro, we're actually not using Jamal. Why not?
Yeah, it's just frustrating from a fantasy perspective, and I'm gonna stick to my guns here. I honestly do think it's a contract situation. But last guy I want to talk about here, because guys, I don't think you're starting MVS, and I don't think you're starting Lazard.
Right.
Robert Tonyan, tight end. Now, this is my Hail Mary player for this matchup.
Okay.
And it really is a Hail Mary. Every week, Robert Tonyan is a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
If he scores a touchdown, you've got a great week. Let's look at the weeks he's scored a touchdown. Week 2, 10 points. Week 3, 16. Week 4 had 3 touchdowns, 33 over 33 points. Week 11, 15 points. In every other matchup, you're really angry that you started him. Really angry. So he is a definition of a Hail Mary matchup. The good news is they're playing Chicago, and Chicago is the 7th worst against tight ends, so there will be opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so. I think the Packers win this game by a blowout, essentially, if Mitch Trubisky or Nick Foles can't get healthy. Yeah. Like, we really don't know what's going to happen, and it's going to be sad, especially if you're a Monty owner, because they're going to abandon the run.
Yeah, it
sucks.
Is sad.
Maybe really reconsider starting Monty if you believe that, because once they are up by 2 touchdowns,
you got to start him if you have him, though.
Yeah,
you got to start him.
If you have other options, would you start? If Gio would have played, would you have started Gio over Monty?
No.
Okay.
But Duke Johnson, maybe that's a big name. I would. You would have already seen the game by now, but I would have much have rather started David Montgomery than Duke Johnson.
Right.
Look, guys, it's not a sexy matchup at all. Okay.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
All right, those are all the matchups. We covered all the matchups this week for you.
We got through it. We got through it.
That's a lot of information. If you missed any matchup and you're like, where was that one? It was on yesterday's show. Okay, we covered a bunch of matchups on yesterday's show as well. But there might be someone that you want to ask us a question about.
Yeah.
So we do start sit advice live, a live Q&A every Saturday on our YouTube page.
That's right.
FantasyLand Football. Type that into YouTube. You'll find it. It's also in the link in our bios, all of our bios, whatever social media account you follow us. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can find us there live for about an hour, hour and a half. We answer every question that comes in.
Yeah.
Love to have you guys come hang. It was really fun to see a bunch of people these last couple weeks as we started to do this. It's a fun time.
Yeah. Come for chats. We love to help you out, and we just love to engage with everyone and have our community come all together in one place.
Yep. Do not miss the next episode. We are going to give you straight cash and just trash from Week 12 performances. And we're also going to talk about Monday Night Football, Seahawks at Eagles.
Let's go.
Just a friendly reminder, this is your last chance to sign up for the Devontae Adams signed jersey giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Link is actually the post is on our Instagram or on our Twitter. You'll be able to find it. And just want to say one last thing. We have started a FantasyLand gaming account on social media and YouTube. But Aki, tell us a little bit about that. What does that really mean?
Yeah, basically it's just where we go and play. If you love any type of games, we love Call of Duty. The new Cold War just came out. If you love Madden, all these fun games that you see a lot of Twitch streamers or YouTubers play and professional gamers play, we do that. We love to have fun with some of the boys. We're probably going to go live right after this podcast, honestly, because it's kind of where we kind of have our downtime and we kind of hang out. We talk about football, things like that. So come through, drop us a follow, drop a question about football, because we love to answer football questions on there as well. So just another platform for you to enjoy with us.
Definitely. You can find us on Instagram at FantasyLand Gaming, on Twitter at FantasyLand_GGs. We always let you know when we're going live and would love to have you join us. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. All right, guys. Again, happy Thanksgiving.
I got beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, lamb, beans.
Let's go, buddy. Get that food.
Beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb.
All right, guys, for real. All love. I hope you're having a great Thanksgiving. A big heartfelt thank you and love from the Fantasyland fam.
Absolutely. Stay safe.
Love you guys. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Don't eat too much. Actually, eat enough. Eat more than you need to.
If you got like that old grandma, this is going to sound weird, but if you got like that old, I don't know, for me, when I think of Thanksgiving, when I was a kid, I thought of like my old grandma trying to give me a kiss. And I was like, hell no. So I always tried to find scenarios out of it. You got the perfect opportunity now because you got to wear a mask. I'm sorry, Grandma. I can't give you a kiss. No. Hey, guys. All love. Have the best day with your families. And we will see you on Monday. All right, guys. See you there.
See you there.
Hey, yeah, you, the one listening to this podcast, you made a good decision today. Keep making those good decisions. You know what? Go ahead and do a little dance right now, like no one's watching. 'Cause you deserve it.